I rely on my eyesight for a lot of things. Most things, actually. From the moment I wake up to the moment I lay down to sleep, my eyes are almost always open, ready to help me do important things like reading the menu at McDonald's and ignoring my son. And even then, I can barely function like a real human being. I am a very visual creature, and I imagine most of you watching this are the same way. One of the many things I rely on my eyesight to do is playing video games. Games are a visually dominated medium. I mean, they're called video games. It's all about controlling a character or navigating an interface on a screen that you need to be able to use your eyeballs to see. Or so you would think. I recently stumbled upon the first part of a popular YouTube series called Guy Born Blind Plays The Last of Us Part 1. Title self-explanatory. It's a let's play featuring a blind person who plays through an entire game with the help of its extensive accessibility features. It's so gosh darn amazing to me that this is a thing that is possible, that a three-dimensional action shooter game can be fully playable to people whose vision is entirely impaired. I'll put up a link to that series here. That's the right corner, right? Here? Also, if YouTube user Deadeye Jedi Bob happens to come across this video, here's 1 second of the song Kill Everybody as thanks to this series. Watching this series made me think. It had me thinking big thinkies. Big thinkies give me little idea. What would happen? I'm so fucking stupid. What would happen if a fully sighted cretin like myself decided to play through an entire fast-paced action game such as The Last of Us without my eyesight? Hopefully nothing too bad. I don't got health insurance. The Last of Us is renowned for its excellent graphics, animations, acting, lighting, production design. Not to sell it short, but I'd say the way this game looks on the screen is about 90% of its appeal, and today we're not looking at any of it. See no evil, speak no evil, but we're gonna hear evil because the game would be impossible if we didn't. We're also gonna do a lot of evil in this game. I've personally never played The Last of Us or seen its TV adaptation before making this video. I watched gameplay and some reviews of it in the past, so I generally know who the main characters are, what they look like, how the game plays, and of course I've had the ending spoiled, but for the most part this game is just a blank slate to me. The main question I'm so interested in answering here is, what will my blindfolded version of The Last of Us look like in comparison to the real thing? If I don't have visuals to go off of, what sort of picture will my mind create of the world I'm inhabiting? Will it look something like Nickelodeon's Barnyard perchance? God, I hope so. So the thing that's really making this playthrough possible is the vision accessibility preset that you can toggle when you start the game. This turns on a lot of features such as on-screen narration, navigation assistance, lock-on aiming, and a whole new dictionary of audio cues. Frick. This game basically builds a new language you have to learn to be able to play properly. You gotta learn the difference between boom, which means there's a ladder there you can pick up over there, and boom, which means a clicker is 3 feet away and is ready to turn you into a MapleStory enemy. It's pretty important to dedicate all these sounds to memory because it'll cause you a lot of trouble if you don't. It took me an embarrassingly long time to figure out that this sound means I'm supposed to crouch to squeeze through a space, so I have actually 25 minutes of footage of my Pedro Pascal looking ass grinding up against this fence, who's complaining, because I didn't know what was happening or what to do. If you're wondering why my character is blue and everything else is gray, it's because I'm using a high contrast display mode that's meant to help out people that are visually impaired but not completely blind, so they can still make out shapes and pick out important objects. Enemies are also shown in red and interactable objects are shown in yellow. I don't know why I bothered turning the setting on because all I could see was the darkness of my own mind, but now I guess my footage just looks like that. Nice one, Harold. This is Harold from the near future. Fuck off. Harold from the near future editing this, also say fuck off. For all the admirable work the developers did in developing the accessibility features of this game, way beyond what was ever expected of them, I think they've fallen just short of properly adapting the atmosphere of The Last of Us into an auditory format. Going into this, I was expecting to feel as if I was playing through an audiobook or something. Like, I imagine I'd be fed ample enough descriptions, voiceovers, and ambience that I would be able to assemble a decent picture of the story and its locales in my head as though I were playing a book. In practice though, playing The Last of Us blindfolded is actually more akin to how I imagine piloting a submarine feels. Let me explain. So, for starters, the ambient sound in this game is much more subtle than I was expecting it to be. This game has great sound design, but when you're playing blind and the ambient soundscape is all you have to occupy your senses, it can feel very scant. If you're in an outdoor setting, you might be able to hear wind, rain, or birds or whatever, but that's all you get. And when you're inside, it's basically silent aside from your footsteps. I imagine if they were designing specifically for the blind, the sound would be much more heavy-handed. There were several parts where I thought I might have actually been underground because it was so devoid of sound. But this dearth of ambient sound would be no problem if there was more investment in narration. There are actually 2 narrator voices implemented in this mode. There's a text-to-speech voice that reads out stuff like menus or the heads-up display, which you'll most often use to gauge how many items or how much ammo you have.
9mm pistol, pistol ammo, 3, loaded, 6, reserve.
There's also a human narrator who does the cutscenes, giving you basic descriptions of the characters and the action, which I think they actually did a pretty fine job implementing.
I'm coming.
He stiffly shuffles to an apartment door. He opens it to reveal a woman with dark hair pulled back by a black bandana.
How was your morning?
She enters, bruises mark her right eye and cheek. She picks up a brown liquor bottle, then pours its contents into a glass.
My problem with all this is that there's virtually no description of the environment you're in. And when you're in-game, this cutscene narrator is completely absent. So all you have to go off of to deduce where in the world you are or what anything looks like is that scant amount of ambience and the character's dialogue.
Now there's the Capitol building.
We need to get around this mess.
This is the downtown area?
It was. Now it's a giant wasteland.
There's just not quite enough auditory storytelling going on here to clue in people who don't have access to the visuals. So for long stretches of gameplay, it can feel as though you're wading through complete darkness with naught but mechanical beat boops as feedback. You might be wondering how I ever know which way to go in this game when I can't see. I know the way you think. I know everything about you. The answer is that I don't really know where I'm going, but the game does. There's a navigation assistance button you can press that'll point your character in the direction of forward progress. It's a crude solution, but it works most of the time. The times when it doesn't work are the times when you get stuck. There's no logic in the game to detect whether your avatar is stuck on something, and you get no feedback as to whether you're colliding with objects or walls. So in a couple of instances, I ended up getting stuck in one place for several minutes and I didn't even realize it. I'd have loved for there to be a sound effect or something that denotes when you're touching an object or a wall, kind of like what they do in the old Pokemon games. Better yet, they could have used the controller's rumble feature, used physical feedback to signify physical contact. The game barely uses the rumble feature as is. As far as I played, they mostly use it for trucks, like specifically when trucks drive by your character during scripted sequences, the controller rumbles. So I don't think we'd be losing much by using the rumble feature for another purpose. I hate to admit it, but for some of these parts when I got stuck, I did actually end up lifting the blindfold if I noticed I had gone a long time without progressing and wanted to see what was up. You are allowed to dislike this video for this reason. My main issue with this navigation system is that it makes moving through the environment about as mindless as you might have guessed it is. All you need to do is move forward and spam the navigation button and you'll make it. That's it. That is the strategy. That is the dominant strategy. You know how like a lot of people don't like objective markers in games because they make the experience more mindless and boring? This is like if you took that kind of game design and exaggerated it to a comical, borderline satirical degree. In a perfect world, they might have found a more engaging solution to guide blind players, but fucking whatever. Like they didn't have to do any of this in the first place, you know? Let's talk about combat. Fighting shit in this game blind is actually kind of a funny experience. So the game, once again, does a decent amount of the work for you. If you want to shoot a guy, you just hold down the aiming button and it'll lock on, which is fine because aiming a gun in a three-dimensional space is obviously out of the question right now. The combination of me being clueless and literally blind, plus the game helping me out so much to the point where I'm still able to succeed, results in some kind of funny moments where I just go fucking Terminator, but like on accident. A good analogy is like, you ever see like a character in a movie who's a buffoon tyoün, but they still manage to win despite their naivete. That is exactly what it feels like to fight enemies in this game when you're blindfolded, at least when you're me. You feel like Jar Jar from Star Wars.
Don't approach enemies directly. Use the environment to flank them. Lemon. 0. Loaded. 4. Reserved.
Good one, Tex.
Pistol ammo.
Nicely done,
9mm
Texas.
pistol.
I'm sure plenty of people have played this blind and have actually managed to get consistent results from this combat, but when you're me and you just kind of panic in these situations and start pressing buttons and it actually works and you're the last one standing, it just feels comical. There were actually a couple parts where I managed to perfectly stealthily take down a group of guards, which probably surprised me more than it surprised them. There are also some bits where characters would say something like, uh-oh, trouble up ahead, and I would just kind of keep following the objective waypoint, and I guess things just worked out because I never ran into anybody. So yeah, playing this game blindfolded was definitely an experience, but unfortunately once the novelty of it wore off, it just got kind of boring. I just felt really disconnected, like I couldn't gel with the gameplay, I couldn't get immersed in the world, and so it just got kind of old. I was actually thinking about scrapping this entire video when suddenly an idea popped into my semi-evolved, half-dead goldfish brain. The Last of Us might not be tooled to adequately auditorily describe its visuals, but you know what is? Human beings. So I conscripted a group of my friends to be my eyes and feed me cookies intermittently.
Could someone feed me a cookie?
Oh yeah, Harold needs a cookie.
Harry.
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're facing towards a wall right now, and there's a door to your left.
Wait, pause. Don't move, Harry. Don't move. Look at his backpack.
Yeah.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh! You get given $2 billion to make a video game.
Starfield.
If you turn your camera left.
So go northwest. Yeah, there you go.
I don't know where northwest is.
Now go north.
Yeah, they're derping out, so back into gameplay.
Derping out?
They like crouch and start scurrying towards you like frogs.
Revolver ammo.
character.
5.
That's another
Loaded.
character.
0. Reserved.
That might be a hostile freak. I think we should shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
Blast him. Yep. Alright, keep running. Keep running.
No, get there.
To your left. Run.
Go forward. Way forward. You're nowhere near them.
Oh my god, they have a fucking Humvee.
Should I run?
Yeah.
You're fine.
You got caught on the wall. To back up a little bit. Yeah, perfect.
Nope,
Wait.
too far.
Wait, left. Keep going.
You're going straight.
You're trapped.
Don't like move your camera.
You're glitching your way through. Okay. Bethesda.
What the
okay.
fuck?
You're really glitching.
No, yeah, it's not gonna.
You're
get
glitching.
right. You just need to go backwards.
What? No, you glitched your way through. It worked.
What? Resurface.
It worked.
Bringing friends wasn't the perfect solution or anything, but it was a good time. Having friends there to describe the scene is very helpful and clues you in on all those things the game is silent about. Like at this part, you can find a revolver on the ground, but without my friends there to describe the visuals, I would have never known I was taking it off a bloodied corpse because the game just doesn't tell you. I got a much more complete picture of the experience with them there to explain.
This is like an office building?
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah, it's like it'd be a bank.
Run down.
Bunch of file cabinets thrown everywhere, and the studs are showing.
The walls are torn apart.
Let's talk about how all this changes the gameplay. Okay, so if playing by myself felt like piloting a submarine, then playing with friends felt more like steering a pirate ship. I'm the captain at the wheel and my top men are in the rafters telling me there's a golf club coming from the port bow. It became sort of a cooperative experience. Playing this way was more fun. Like, if you ever decide to play this game blind, I'd recommend bringing a friend. But I think next time I'll ask my friends to take a more passive role in the gameplay, because looking back, it kind of felt like they were the ones really playing the game, making all the strategic decisions, solving problems, and telling me where to go, and I was just following their orders and pressing buttons.
Yeah, crab walk like 4 feet to the right. And now just go forward.
Shit.
Forward, go. Crab walk left. Go forward. Crab walk left. Turn right.
I don't blame them for falling into that role because the alternative would have just been them watching me bumble around for hours, but for the sake of my own experience, I would have preferred to be the one in charge. Having people giving me orders was also more stressful than being alone because it meant having several people shouting instructions at me at once in combat situations, and it fell on me to perform correctly or else we'd lose and they'd have to watch a high quality render of a virtual man being gorily killed. I really have to commend my friends for not losing their patience with me during this experience because watching this footage back, I was getting frustrated with my past self. Like, what do you do? Don't go that way, dipshit.
Okay, I think you just need to go, you need to keep holding it and then just go straight backwards. No, that's left. No,
That's left.
to the right. No, to the right.
No,
Let's get backwards, get backwards. No, don't go right. No, keep going backwards. Okay, I don't know what
This
you
puzzle may
did.
not be accessible for all players.
Okay, hold on. What? No more. Hold on. What am I looking at? Keep going. Keep turning the camera. I don't know what I'm looking at. Keep turning the camera. Dude, all like more than like 2 centimeters. Keep turning. Keep turning it left. Keep it going. More and more. I know we're turning like a lot here. I can't. Oh my gosh. Okay, stop.
Am I still dragging it?
Yeah, for now you are. So Ellie's on the platform now. Her like leg is like broken. And only left.
I don't know why you said she had broken legs.
No, you're holding on to it. Because she's like this.
Because she's crouched down.
This puzzle may not be accessible for all
Go
players.
move your character just left. Go back and keep going left. Go back and keep going left.
Go back. Keep going left.
Now you're stuck on.
Okay, wait, now go straight
That's
forward.
perfect. Like
Straight forward. No, just go straight only to the
Well,
wall.
no. I don't think Ellie. Okay.
This puzzle may not
It's
be
working.
accessible for all players.
I don't think anyone's ever
You did it.
laughed or smiled at this much of this puzzle.
You did.
Earlier, said that like Tess and Ellie were running at me like frogs.
They were.
But as we filmed, as I barbarically slayed my foes, and as my friends crammed chocolate chip cookies down my gullet, I decided I was getting pretty darn good at functioning without my vision, so I thought I'd try out some other activities while blindfolded.
Doing others top while blindfolded.
Okay. We're gonna have to get this part done quick because Mom says if I'm not in bed by 10:30, she's gonna send the tickle monster after me. I don't fucking want that.
Cooking and flipping an egg.
I got out some butter, a spatula, but it's not too hot yet, so I'm just gonna stick the butter right there. I bet you can see all my dirty dishes right now from earlier today. I've never actually successfully flipped an egg, like in my life, like even while I was sighted. I can listen for the butter. Is it bubbling? Swish the pan around. I'm cracking the egg. Find a good surface to crack on. I usually crack whenever I make eggs here. The butter's not in the pan. Oh. Okay, I cracked it. I did it. Holy shit. I have no real way of telling how done the egg is. I'm gonna give it like a minute. Whatever I get after like a minute, what I'm gonna flip here.
Watching movies.
Dude, that girl, I don't know who she is. I don't know who she is or what she looks like, but she sounds really fucking hot, dude. She sounds fucking sexy as hell. I'm kind of getting a little bit of a crush on this girl right here. Just like her voice is so like beautiful and iridescent. Dude, I'm sorry. I just need to see what this. I just need to see what she looks like. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Drawing.
I can draw I'm gonna draw a horse. Okay, that's the head. This is the neck and the body. I'm gonna go down to this kind of the ass. Get a little bit of a rump here. And then I'm gonna give it a nice strong stomach here. And I completely lost track of where the head is. So I'm gonna do like a mane. And then we're gonna give it, I'm gonna be riding the horse. I'm gonna have like a little fucking cable in its mouth that's gonna go down and it's gonna go into my hands. Okay, how does that look? Whoa! All right, you guys ready for the egg flip? All right, I'm going for it.
Okay, this part of the video is titled Things I learned from this experience. Things I learned. 1. Games are not an inherently visual medium. I just played a game with no graphics, and it worked okay. Think about that. Think about movies. Movie is short for moving image, right? If you took away the moving image elements of a movie, it wouldn't be a movie anymore. If you made a movie with no moving images, you didn't make a movie, okay, asshole? You made like an audiobook or whatever you didn't make a movie. This is not so in the medium of games. If you take away the visuals from a video game, it's still a game. The simulation is still happening. You just didn't see it. I actually think video game could technically be considered a misnomer because it's still a game even if it doesn't have visuals. You know what I'm saying? 2. What the I can't fucking read that. What does that say? Oh, this game runs like shit on my computer, but I didn't notice because I can't see it. NVIDIA? More like no video. Eat shit, by the way. So, okay, that is much too slow. 3. More games with no graphics, please. Because that's not even finished. I just pasted that in. I didn't even finish it. While this experience obviously wasn't the intended experience, it was just accessibility features grafted onto a game meant for sighted people. It was still a very fascinating experience, and it made me see kind of like a corner in the market for maybe like audio games. Also, I feel like it would be easier for some developers to make games like this with no graphics because, well, you don't have to make graphics. Think about the potential. It would take less time to develop a game such as this because you don't have to make graphic. You get it. You don't have to make art. There's untapped potential for audio games. Perhaps a new medium, perchance. Probably not. I want to interface with more games that are designed without visuals. I think that's just an interesting idea. I would love for people to explore that because why not? Creates room to innovate in this medium without focusing on surface level fidelity. Video games are made in large part to sell graphics cards. It's a very vain, very visuals focused industry. Creates room to innovate in this medium. We can make audio games. We can design games such that they can function without visuals. It's a whole new branch of game design, potentially, if anyone wants to do that. If you don't, that is also fine, I guess. I can't read that. That's going off the. I can't fucking read that. I can read the. I think what I was saying there is it's a good excuse to experiment with haptic feedback features, which are a thing on some new controllers like the Switch or I think the PlayStation. I don't fucking own either of those. We're getting advanced rumble features in games, and they give us a new way to get feedback from games that are not in a visual form. I feel like they would become shining stars of the audio game medium because we ain't got visuals, so we need some other way to give feedback to the player. I can't read that either. As I mentioned earlier in the video, The Last of Us only uses the rumble feature for like trucks. It would have been useful to repurpose the rumble feature for other aspects of the game to give me feedback when I was blind, because there were many moments where I was aimless and or I was colliding with things that I didn't mean to, and I looked really silly. I'm going to watch this back sober, and I'm going to despise every second of it. That's the end. Did I do good? Did I get a good grade? I am so fucking tired. Oh my god. That's the end of the video. I'm sorry it kind of fell apart at the end. I need to go to bed, man.